Hello, folks, and welcome back to what will probably be the very last recording session, at least, of the Banner Saga. We are on the final chapter. I made one little change to the heroes. I gave, what's-his-face, Ivor. I switched his item out. I gave him this. He did have the 15% dodge, and instead I gave him 1 strength deflected. I figure over time, this 1 strength deflected will come into play more often than the 15%. Obviously, the 15% could be more useful if he's going to get hit for 8 damage and he just happens to dodge. But 1, that's probably going to be super rare, and 2, his armor is pretty darn high. So the chances of him taking like 1 and 2 damage is good. So I'm thinking, if this works, I'm hoping it works, so that even if he takes 1 damage, it negates it entirely. Maybe. It might be a minimum of 1. So if it attacks for 2, it drags it down to 1 damage. But if it hits for 1, it's still going to hit for 1. Hopefully that's not the way it works. Then otherwise it's not as good as it sounds. But anyway. Oh, he's not wearing an item either. I just realized. What's he got? Plus 3 strength. Ah, Jesus. Like the most useful item for him. Or useless. Plus 3 drawing aggro. Yeah, no, we don't necessarily want this. So of course the 2 level 5 items we have are both near useless. Well, I mean, the extra 3 strength will help him live a little bit longer, so sure. I mean, there's no point in just let it sit there, I suppose. So I guess we're going to go to the docks, because we're supposed to check those out and have an escape route if necessary. When you get to the docks, your heart sinks. Not a long ship to be seen aside from wrecks. Bodies float in the water. Buildings are trashed and boarded up. What happened here? Murmurs Alette. They're all gone, says Evand, approaching alone. I see you had the same thought as me. Move that cursor out of the way. Ivan, are you okay? Or you're okay. I'm fine. It wasn't a lie. The governor is here. He's in hiding. Why? Since the dredge started appearing, anyone with a ship and half a wit left long ago. People can't leave by foot. Food is scarce, the markets are bare. Borsgard is a fire keg waiting for someone to tip it over. So the governor's paying the ravens to protect him against his own people. And keep the peace, so to speak. It's more like a massacre any time there's a hint of an uprising. Where does that leave us? I promised him the Miner's protection in Arborang. I don't think he's very popular there. They're going to start tearing the place down to build new ships. We can ride the Ormsa River all the way to the capital, leaving another perfectly good city behind. How long will it take to build new ships? Hold on, what happens to the people living in Borsgard? It's the best I could do, Alette. He thought it could take as long as a month. You don't usually make ships out of scrap lumber. As soon as people figure out what's going on, there's going to be riots in the streets. A month? Why bother? Bella will be here within the week, if not sooner. I'm open to suggestions. Gods be damned, is there no end to this? Ivor roars in frustration, leaving you standing by the docks. Alette gives you a worried look before chasing after him. Evand, what do we do about Belor? Evand says nothing for a moment. I don't know. You took you that long to say I don't know? Let's go chase after the big guy. Can't really go anywhere else, can we? Well, the map. The words are hard to read on this map. You find Ivor standing on the city walls, overlooking the fields outside. Dredge are keeping their distance, but continue to gather. Just keep shooting them with arrows. I'm okay, Rook. Ivor cut you off before you can say anything. You know he's been through worse. Just feels like someone should cut us a break every now and then. If we want to be standing a month from now, we're going to have to be prepared. What did you have in mind? First off, our clansmen need a place to stay. They'll get torn to pieces out in the streets. I'll keep an eye on the dredge up here. If they break through the walls, we're done for. So we'll have to keep them back. Could always use a hand with that. We need to know who's controlling what and make sure we get our cut. Food's going to become scarce. And when they start building those ships, we're going to have to keep people away. What a damned mess. I'll do what I can. Alright. This is the city management part of the game. Ivor explains, I'm leading attacks with Ivan every time the dredge get too close to the gates. Listen, we're going to lose fighters in Varl every day like this. I don't need to tell you what happens if nobody is manning the wall. We could always use help. You consider what you want to do now, knowing that any of these tasks will likely take a full day. Find a safe place for the caravan to stay. Join Ivor in defending the walls. Find the source for supplies. Help down at the docks. Put Krumer in charge of leading the warriors. Try to get some rest. I think supplies is probably going to be a big deal, since we've got to be here theoretically for a month. Yeah, let's find some supplies. I checked around, Oddlife tells you, and nobody has food, or they won't part with it for a fair price. And our medicine's been gone for days. They're either gouging the prices or it's just plain gone. She doesn't say it, but you can tell this is going to be a serious problem. We've been kind of playing the nice guy, but this is the one I kind of want to do. Shake him down. Find out what they know. Let's talk to the Ravens. You find the massive leader of the Ravens along the docks, where they're doing their best to keep a growing number of people in check while the boats are being constructed. You question him about food supplies. You should have brought your own, he says. I can't go giving it out to every person in Borsgard. I'd kill every last bastard in this city for some good meat, though. This place has been dry for weeks. I don't think reminding him innocent people will starve to death is really going to change his mind. I think he already knows that. Let's scour the streets. Oddlife joins you as what? Wait. Oddlife joins you as walk up and down each street in Borsgard looking for supplies. All you find are empty stalls or outrageous prices well beyond your means, with little to offer in the first place. This entire city can't be out of food. Oddlife barks, but you come away empty-handed and been more worried than before. Well, that was a worthless day. Well spent. What do we lose fighters and stuff for? I guess fighting these guys back. Ira points out the dredge along the wall. There's a lot more of them, and they're getting braver, he says. We lost a fair number of fighters since yesterday. We could use your help, if there's nobody left to defend the walls. Rook, said Ollie for poaching. Someone handed me a note this morning. She shows you a slip of paper marking a back street. Probably from one of the places we visited yesterday. Maybe some misplaced ambush too, though I can't imagine what they think we have. If you wanted to check it out, let me know. I'm really trying to avoid too many more fights, to be honest. I kind of want to go and check out the note, but it's almost certainly an ambush. Screw it, let's try it. You travel to a deserted back street, and a man soon approaches, confident in his step. You came looking for quite a lot of food, he says. I can give it to you. I want something too. Let's trade. Oddleaf gives him a suspicious look. We don't need to complicate this, he continues. Borsgard has lots of people in it. We don't all get along. You're not from here. So when you get something that was stolen from me, nobody will come knocking. Do you understand? So when you get something that was stolen from me... Wait, what? You're not from here, so when you get something that was stolen from me... Oh, okay, I guess. What do you want? It's not what you think, he says. Just a drinking horn, my great-grandfather's. It was stolen. This is worth how much food to you? Asks Oddlife. The man laughs. As much as you're willing to carry. Will we need weapons? My friend, he says. I'll keep a knife on me just to take a crap in good old Borsgard. He marks an area on your map down near the water, scribbling Lowtown next to it, though you doubt that's a real name. Rook, Oddlife says as you leave, keep this one between us. Seems to call for a light touch. And I'd rather not have people spreading rumors about how we got the food. So in other words, if we do this, it's just going to be me and her. You know, he's going to be like, God, please help us. This is bad, says Even, as Ivor points across the battlefield. Aside from the fact... Oh, wow. Yeah, there's getting to be a lot of them. Ivor points across the battlefield. Aside from the fact that we're up to our necks in dredge, a stone singer showed up. We've been losing warriors left and right. If we don't deal with it, the wall will come down by the end of the day. Dad, there's a riot at the docks. Alette runs up to you out of breath. They're trying to smash up the boats. When you calm her down, she says the Ravens are there, but she's worried that things could get out of hand. You consider what you want to do, knowing the blah 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 full day. How is putting Cromer in charge of leading the warriors going to take a full day? See, I knew they were going to do this. I knew this was going to be a case of if you don't deal with this yourself, it's just going to get worse and worse. Ugh, I really don't want to have to get into any fights. Especially now, because you know it's going to be worse than it was going to be. I'd rather, let's do the riots by the docks. We could kill some innocent people. When you get down on the dock, it's pandemonium. Few work on the ships now as the ravens stand over bodies of people while a huge crowd roars in anger. Bolvarek's axes are covered in blood. What happened, you shout, pushing your way through the rioters. What do you think would happen, responds Bolvarek coolly. Didn't take them long to figure out we were building ships right under their noses, and they can't have one. You gonna lend a hand or just stand around? Get on a roof and fire arrows down the crowds. Yeah, that's probably going to get them hating my guts. Let's try to calm people down. You know that's going to get into a fight, though, right? I want the ravens on our side, though. Trying to decide between calm them down, which will probably get us into a fight anyway, and fight alongside the ravens, which of course will definitely get us into a fight. Let's try to calm you down. It's worthless. It won't work. You brandish your axe low and try to find a voice over the chaos. It gets wrong quickly when one of the rioters gets a quick jab in, smashing across the bridge of the nose, covering your face in blood. The last thing you remember is falling backwards. By the time you regain consciousness, the riot is finally being driven off. Won't save you next time, you hear Bolsker say. This one's free. You stagger back to the wall with a new injury. That really took all day. Oh, God. What's that sound? Alette says as you approach the walls this morning. A loud pounding emanates from where Ivor stands looking out onto the dredge. We've got problems, Rook, shouts Ivor. Nothing but wounded and dead fighters left, and the dredge know it. Ivor's clothes are soaked in blood, and he looks haggard. You hear a loud crack from below. They're coming, says Ivan. He brings lightning down on the crowd of dredge, but they regroup relentlessly. The gates shudder and crack. What do we do? Shouts Alette. If we alert the ravens and they come over here, then that's just going to leave them to burn the boats. Because these people are idiots. If we ambush them, that just means letting them in, which seems like a bad idea. Let's try ambushing them. Well, see, they're already going to get in. Screw it. I mean, they're going to get in. Look how many there are, for Christ's sakes. The gates buckle as you ready yourselves. Krumer stands before them with his warhammer ready. Come on, he shouts as Dredge bursts forth. He takes down 3 huge stone guard before they pile onto him, and he falls to their relentless blows, laughing. Wow. Don't let them spread out, you shout, charging toward the largest cluster of dredge as they march through the city. Soon you find yourself in the middle of a chaotic melee. Of course he's dead. God, do we need this many archers? Do we really need Eckel in there? Is a better question. Answer is probably not. I don't want to put Rooks too far behind because he does some good damage. Yeah, and Eckel, I just can't find a good use for him, really. We don't have anybody beefy, though, which really sucks. Since what's-his-face died to the RNG. Well, not even really RNG. It's like you pick it, but, you know, who knows what's in the box.